What's up, y'all? Welcome to a video that I've been wanting to make for a little while now. Now, what we'll be kind of covering today is just unhealthy pattern recognition. And what I mean by that is more so about how we can see things in ourselves that aren't really good, right? Like bad patterns that we see. How can we get to a point where we can see them and where we can act on them and make it better? So there's been times where I really saw this recently about how I could maybe change my unhealthy pattern recognition. I've always kind of wondered how do you get to that point? Like, how are you able to see your own flaws and how can you act on them and fix them? The answer is that it really comes from your own self, or at least it did for me, because I didn't have anyone to tell me. So I kind of had to figure that stuff out on my own. And when it comes to your emotions and stuff like that, a lot of those patterns get created because of them. And so yeah, let's say if you're just very anxious, like you might have a tendency to pick up drinking or marijuana or nicotine, whatever the thing is. Hopefully it's nothing worse than that, but I just don't want that to be something that people fall back on, because I have, not on all of them, but I don't want to really see our generation go down that rabbit hole anymore. I want to see myself make a better change in my own pattern recognition, and that I also have seen a change. So I am celebrating the little wins as I go, but I want you guys to be able to also celebrate yours and be able to get to a point where you can just in general be able to do that kind of stuff. When it comes to this as well, a big thing that I see a lot is that people pick up patterns and they don't even realize it, right? When I kind of talk about my own vices and my own bad things that I do, I really want to kind of tell you guys that a big thing with me is that I kind of went through a phase, and I still do. I have a bad problem with going back to things that were maybe comfortable, or I felt good when I did those things. That goes for a lot of different things, but that's just kind of how my life has always been. Like since I was, I don't know, probably 8. That's kind of when I picked up on it. But I then got to a point where, in the last couple months, I've realized in myself that I needed to change a lot of things, and a certain someone made that very clear to me and kind of opened my eyes on it. But I took it as a good thing, because it's one of the most immature things to not take a step back and look at it for what it is. Like, even when people say stuff that you don't want to hear necessarily, you should always be able to tell when what they're saying is right. I think everyone kind of does. I think so. Where I was going with that was, I have always had a bad problem with going back to things or just doing whatever made me comfortable or made me feel good. So one thing I've been learning is that there's a lot of other things that can make you feel good and way better at that. Like these little things, like whether it's nicotine, marijuana, alcohol, masturbation, any of those things, they make you feel good in the moment, and then it's just over. And maybe you feel bad after it, or there's bad side effects from doing it. And that's just kind of the thing, is like, I kind of learned how to look at those things and be like, damn, okay, I need to fix whatever I'm doing because it's just not working. And now most of those things, I got half of those things crossed off as far as what I do. So when it comes to other things though, like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, that you went back to, people struggle with that a lot, and I don't want that to be a thing where it's necessarily a bad thing, because it's not. Someone could be maybe the one for you, but y'all just needed a break. You know what I'm saying? So that can always be kind of a misconception, but I don't want it to be. I just want to make sure that's clear to you guys. But someone I know also kind of has been going through a problem with not being able to get over somebody. The most I can say to that, to get over people and to get over these bad habits and essentially erase them from your mind, you kind of have to go to a place where you just block that thing out entirely. And like I've mentioned in my other video about this topic, you have to learn, when you lose somebody, that's kind of like a drug, right? It's that feeling of feeling love. And when people want to maybe make it feel like they do care for you or whatever, or you feel like there's something left that you want to like try to rekindle. The best thing to do to get over those types of situations, ladies and gentlemen, is to fill your time with better things, better habits. And that's why that kind of ties into this, because I want you guys to be able to get to a point where you're able to kick whatever habits you have, right? Or you're at least able to be more consistent at not doing them. Because when you learn to not do those things, it teaches you how to have fun in a whole different way, or to make yourself happy in a different way. Because if you can replace them with the right things, which are good things, then you'll learn maybe like, okay, I like running, I like to do that. That's better than, whatever. There's always things like that you can substitute in and out. But then also at the same time, if it's someone like more specifically in a relationship that you just got out of and you're not trying to like be sat there like thinking about them. And I understand a lot of people, I am one of those people, to be honest, just can't get over, or not get over, but have strong enough minds to kick that stuff out of your brain and make it so that you can't think about those. But it is very hard to do. I've done it before, but I cannot consistently do it. And that's why I'm able to give you guys a little bit of output, but not a whole lot. If you guys are looking to kick any of your vices or anything like that, I would recommend just picking up maybe one new hobby. Figure out something that you like to do that makes you happy, that makes you feel good, which I always recommend the gym, even though I haven't been going very much, but I always recommend the gym. So if you guys have any questions about that, go ahead, drop it in the comments. But I love y'all, for real. Thank you for tuning in. I have to post this video a little bit early. It's gonna be tomorrow, will be a Wednesday, because I'm going out of town from Thursday to like Tuesday. Won't be here to film anything. Anyways, go ahead and drop down below if y'all want to see a couple clips, maybe just a vlog from my trip that I go on. Let me know. But yeah, and if you guys like the video, please drop a like and subscribe. Make sure to turn on the post notification, even though y'all already know I post either Wednesday or Thursday, so y'all locked anyways. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Stay safe. I love y'all. Peace out.